All right, so let me share my screen. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
All right, okay, so let me share my screen. So these are the winning entries for one of the design hackathons that we have organized. Okay. All right. Hope you're all able to see my screen, right? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to show you one video. Okay. So listen to it carefully. We will explain you how that video, all the solution has been created following the design process steps. Okay. Right.
Agriculture contributes to 20% of India's GDP and employs more than half of India's workforce. The majority of them are small and marginal farmers from rural households. In India, farmers walk an astonishing 14,027 steps daily, but this effort often goes unrecognized. With each step, they face the challenge of increasing soil productivity while seeking sustainable energy solutions. Meet the Bharat Boosters, boots designed for innovation, a solution that generates electricity and aerates the soil with each step. Triangular metallic plates in the soil aerate the soil with each step, enhancing crop yield.
Sorry to disturb, Umesh. Volume is very low. We can't hear.
Oh, you're not able to hear? All right. Okay. So let me reshare with the share sound. Thanks for the feedback. All right. So let me try to do this.
Hello, everyone. By 2047, in
agriculture contributes to 20%.
Is it audible now?
Yes, it's better.
Of India's GDP and employs more than half of India's workforce. A majority of them are small and marginal farmers from rural households. In India, farmers walk an astonishing 14,037 steps daily, but this effort often goes unrecognized. With each step, they face the challenge of increasing soil productivity while seeking sustainable energy solutions. Meet the Bharat Boosters, boots designed for innovation, a solution that generates electricity and aerates the soil with each step. Triangular metallic blades in the soil aerate the soil with each step, enhancing crop yield. Embedded piezoelectric sensors convert footfalls into electrical energy, storing about 14 watt-hours daily. This energy powers irrigation, lighting, or acts as backup, transforming every step into a step forward for sustainable farming.
All right. So if you have noticed, there was a problem that was identified, and there was some data that has been shown. Okay. And then there were some concepts, and then the final product, and then how the final product works. That is the entire pitch for the 1 minute. Okay, for this particular Bharat Boosters project. Okay, so let us see another project, another 1 minute video, and let us understand what the student has done there.
India is projected to be the world's most populated country, facing severe resource depletion and waste generation. Positioning waste as a resource can offer innovative solutions, reducing sustainability load and the carbon footprint. Introducing SURI, Sustainable Urban Resource Management System for India, a scalable system that turns one man's trash into another man's treasure. At an individual level, Suri Avalok is a digital platform for sharing resources. At the neighborhood level, Suri Yatra are electric vehicles with smart waste management systems for door-to-door collection. IoT-enabled bins monitor waste levels and optimize routes, while AI-powered sorting facilities efficiently segregate waste. Suri Sanchit is the collection booth where the sorted resources of Suri Yatra are deposited. These resource recovery centers are a part of Suri Kendras with repair cafes and sustainability workshops. Sharing is caring. Through empathy and technology, Suri aims to create a sustainable urban environment for Viksit Bharat by 2047. Thank you.
All right, so here also you can see a structure that has been followed to explain the problem that they're trying to solve with some data points, with some insights, ideation, and the final solution. Everything nicely put up in a 1-minute video format with voiceover. Right? Okay. So this will be the kind of final outcome you all will be exploring and creating on your own on a problem that you will be choosing on that day. So we will be releasing a theme on that day. Based on the theme, we'll be helping you to create such kind of solutions. All right. Okay. So you're all excited to know how to create such kind of solutions?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. So I think now we will start the session. All right. So today is the day 1. Okay. So today we are going to learn some important, interesting methods and tools which we'll be using in the design hackathon. Okay. So today's agenda is for about 120 minutes. We'll be having a introduction to the guidelines of training. So what is the etiquette that should be following? And we'll be having a DH process brief introduction, followed by using of Viscom and Bing Create, Big JPG, and Chat GPT basics. These are the 6 things that we'll be doing today. And there will be another 5 things that we'll be doing tomorrow. Okay. So it is important that you carefully listen to what we are explaining. Okay. Anyhow, this session is been recorded. We will try to share this recording by end of the session. All right. Okay. So apart from me today, there will be other 2 trainers who will be exploring or helping you learn the other tools. Okay. They are Sanjana and Shreya, and I'll be introducing as and when they'll be presenting their training sessions. All right. Okay. So I hope you all are attending on a laptop with a mouse. Okay, because this training session can be attended best on a laptop, not on a mobile phone or a tablet. Okay, and I hope you're all connected to a good broadband connection, and I hope you all have access to Gmail. If you don't have access to Gmail, you can use your parents' Gmail account. All right, and headset is important so that you hear nicely what all we are telling. Okay, and then if you have any questions, please ask them in the chat window. Okay, please do not unmute and speak unless we instruct you to do so. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can raise your hands. I hope you all know how to use the raise hand button in Zoom. Okay, and kindly give your full attention to the instructions that we are giving in the training. All right. Okay. And let us all be punctual to all these sessions because it's a very tightly packed session, and let us stay engaged and let us have effective training. So once today's training is done, we would want you to use those tools today evening and tomorrow and get a mastery of the tools. They are very easy to use, and there are many tutorials are also available on YouTube. Okay, so you can do that, and at any point of time, if you have any doubts or questions and etc., we will be helping you clear your doubts. Okay, so good to go. Can I have a thumbs up with all of you in the thumbs up? Everybody, thumbs up. Yes. Yes, great, awesome. So we will be recording this session and sharing the recorded session with Ruchita ma'am, and she will be circulating it further to all the students. Okay, but please do not miss out. Okay, what we are teaching. All right. So the first one that we are going to talk about is the DH process, the design hackathon process. Okay. So in fact, we'll be talking about this process today and also tomorrow. Today, we will give you a brief overview of what are the steps that are involved. And tomorrow, we will deep dive into each of the steps because we don't want to overwhelm you with so much of information. We'll keep it as light as possible. And after the DH process is done, we'll go into hands-on using of the tools. So that will be quite fun as well. Now, we will be actually be sharing an Google Sheet with you, which has all the steps that you will be following through the entire 2 days. Okay, with the relevant links and the prompts and etc. etc. Okay, but what the steps that are involved in this DH toolkit is what I'm going to explain you with some examples. The first thing is that there are totally 6 steps that you will be following through, and this is a process of innovation and coming up with fantastic ideas, testing, and also documenting and sharing it to the entire world. Okay, so the 6 steps. The first step is to identifying the problem and validating the problem. See, generally what happens is you have some idea and then you try to bring that idea or refine that idea further. But the right method of approaching is to, first of all, identify the user and their problems. Okay. And then validating. You all understand the meaning of validation? Can you write what validation means in the chat window? What do you understand by validate? Okay, so Arohi is saying my voice is low. Is that so with all the other students as well? Is my voice low?
So we can hear, sir, loud and clear.
Yeah. So Arohi, maybe you may have to check the speaker volume or the device volume in your device because everybody is able to hear nicely. All right. Yes. So validation means approval or confirm the viability. Very good. Approve of something, allow. Okay. For example, if I say that there is a great need for every child to have a balloon at home. This is my problem identification. Okay. I may be right, I may be wrong. But unless I ask, let us say 10 or 20 families who have kids, and if all of them, or at least 80% of them tell that yes, they need to have a balloon for their kid in the home, then I am validating my problem statement, right? But if only 10 people, 10% will tell that, okay, we require a balloon, and 90% tell that, no, we don't require a balloon at home for my kids, then it is not a strong problem statement, right? So whatever problem statement we identify, we validate. In fact, whatever work we do, we will be validating. And there are certain ways of validation that we will be explaining you. Step 2 is discovering deeper insights. I'll give you some examples for that. And step 3 is ideation and validation. Ideation is again making some sketches or mock-ups or prototypes, etc., and validating them, showing them to the customer or your family, friends, and people around you, and taking feedback whether it is working, if it satisfies their need or not. Okay. And step 4 is documentation and presentation, where all your findings you would neatly document in a Canva slide. And then you give a voiceover for your presentation and create a 1-minute video. and then you upload them on a particular website that we ask you to upload and share it with your friends, family and friends. Okay. You can just share it within WhatsApp and etc. There is no need of using Instagram and all of that. If you want, you can always use it, but simple sharing, you can share it with email or WhatsApp. So these are the 6 steps, the process of design hackathon that we will be using. So let me give you a brief overview of these steps now. You all have seen the 1-minute video, right? So they have come up with all those fantastic ideas, problem solving, and etc. etc. So now let us look into problem identification. All right. So just see how they have identified a problem, right? And they have written down, they have created a slide for the problem, right? For example, enhancing Indian agriculture is the problem statement. Because for them, Viksit Bharat 2047 was the theme. So in that, this particular student has identified that there should be some solutions for enhancing Indian agriculture, right? And you can see a very nice image that has been used to talk about the problem, right? And the student has also given a name for the project that she is working on. This is example 1. And this is example 2. Here, as you can see, the problem that she is trying to attend or address is managing resources depletion and waste generation. Right? Okay. So Param has a question. Param, you raised your hand. Go ahead and ask. Yes, Param. So as I said, for these 2 entries, when they were participating in the design hackathon, the theme was Viksit Bharat. So based on the theme, they have come up with a solution. So in your Euro school also, when we are having the design hackathon, we will be having a theme. That theme will give you some kind of a context. Based on the context, you will try to identify a problem worth solving. Okay. Right. And okay, so there is another question, Rohit. Is it the same theme for all the teams? Yes, the theme will be same. The problem you choose to identify and solve will be different. Okay. So Param, the theme for the design hackathon we are organizing in Euro School, we'll be announcing it on 9th of November, on the day of event in the morning. And there is a reason why we do it. Because we would want you to follow the steps to identify a problem worth solving, right? So that you understand how to identify the problems and how to solve it. Okay. All right. So this is about the step 1. And everything that has been, all the information that is gathered, the problem that has been validated, the images that have been created, etc., that you're seeing, these are all created using the tools that you will be learning forward. We'll be teaching. For example, you see this cow and a farmer, a nice landscape, agricultural field, etc. This was created in Bing Create. And you see this particular scene where there is a lot of waste all around, and so quite a chaotic kind of situation. This was also created, okay, using AI. We will teach you how it needs to be done. Okay, so this is about so at the end of step 1, you will be having one validated problem that is worth solving. Okay, cool. So Nihilani is asking, are we allowed to use only the apps that we'll be learning? If you are familiar with any other apps, you are free to use those apps. But whatever apps that we're teaching you, they are good enough for you to create a fantastic output, like as you're seeing in the examples. Okay. All right. So in terms of presenting your ideas and etc., your means of presenting your ideas will be through this 1 minute video. Okay, so there won't be any other presentation. You have to submit these works 1 minute videos to the jury members, and they will select, they will watch all of these and they will be selecting the winners. Okay. So Aditi is asking, sir, the cover page of those videos made out of AI? Yes. So in fact, everything that is being used in these videos is made up of AI. All right. And yeah, I mean, if you, there could be human and AI interaction as well, right? And so that is the way it works. And Rohit is asking, why is it the same theme for all the teams? Because it will set a context. Okay, for example, if I ask you to solve a problem that you find which is worth solving, then there are billions and zillions of problems that you can probably look into. There is no focus area. So a theme kind of gives you a focus area that you can look into and find problems that are worth solving. That is the reason there is a theme. It is theme based. Okay. Okay, so the theme is given on 9th morning at around 8:30. And over the next 2 days, you will be following the steps that I'm explaining you. And day 2 at around 4:30, you will have to submit your video. Okay. Yes, you get about 1 day to ideate. Yes. So this is like a sprint. It's called as a design sprint. So you have 2 days and a problem, and you try to use all your thoughts, and then you come up with the solutions and etc. etc. Okay. Okay. So I'm not answering the questions related with the teams, because that we can address later at later point during the FAQs. Let us focus on the steps. Okay. You all understood the step 1. What is the outcome of step 1? Can you all, can anybody type in what is the outcome of step 1? Okay, the outcome of step 1 is to get one validated problem that is worth solving. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So let us go to the step 2. Okay. So the step 2 is to generate or validate brilliant insights. Okay. What is this insight? I'm going to give you a small example of an insight. Okay. So long ago, when there were brushes, so toothbrushes for children, they used to look almost same like adult toothbrush. Okay. Which had a thin handle and bristles at the end. Okay. And when designers got this problem of redesigning the toothbrush, they were observing how children used to brush with that kind of a thin handle. And they figured that because the handle was thin, the children were holding the brush closer to their mouth. Okay, so there's a thin stick, right? And because of that, what was happening is when they were brushing, the hand was touching the cheeks and they were not able to brush properly. So the insight was that the toothbrush, the stem, has to be little thicker for kids, for them to hold it nicely such that they can comfortably brush their teeth instead of hitting their cheeks. That is an insight. Because of that insight, later on, designers have come up with certain brushes whose handles were very thick enough for the kids to hold it and brush. So that is called as an insight, right? For example, in the Bharat Boosters case, when the student was studying about the farmers and what they do, what she figured is that on an average, a farmer is going to walk around 14,000 steps in a day. Just imagine millions of farmers walking 14,000 steps a day. That is so much of energy. So much of energy that is getting wasted. That was the insight. And there was also soil erosion that was happening. Right? So her idea based on the insight is, why don't we create some shoe that captures, okay, that captures the energy and converts that energy into electricity, which can be further used in the agricultural field. So that was her insight. Right? So similarly, the other student's insight was also, she has basically looked into what is the actual problem and she has generated insights. So this is the generation of insights. And in fact, I would like to invite Shreya Srinivas and Sanjana to explain their processes of each of the steps so that you can actually understand what has to be done in that particular step. Right? Okay, Shreya, you're there?
So I'm there.
All right, so Shreya, so let me just highlight you. Could you please explain the insight, the validated insight that you have chosen for your problem in step 2?
Okay. So after you identify a problem statement that you're interested or you feel is worth solving for based on certain facts and numbers that you would have gotten after you validate your problem. So there will be multiple set of insights, or you can say some findings that you learn about a problem. So for example, the problem that I had chosen was to manage the resources and the waste depletion that was happening, right? So then when it comes to waste, we understand that there are 4 pointers that I had listed here. What is rising urban density, which is causing the resource depletion, over extraction and the misuse of the resources, the repositioning waste as a valuable resource, and sustainability beyond the traditional aspect of the 3 R's, which you all know is a reduce, reuse, and recycle. So, okay. Am I visible?
Yes,
I
yes.
have
Cool.
just a minute. I actually have the wrong background on.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Mm,
Is Sanjana in the team as well? All right, okay.
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah,
here.
so you can also switch on your video such that we all can see you and I can highlight you as well.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the first step to kind of understand what insight will stand out from your problem statement is the one insight that is probably having a common point across all your founding or like the findings that you have found out. All right. So in when it comes to resource depletion, what happens, there's a lot of waste that's generated and a lot of that may not come into use again, and that is just accumulating and affecting different kind of people. For example, when it comes to insights, you know that different people are affected by certain insights. For example, here there is a student whom I have tried to understand. So if there's a 20-year-old student who is there, her perspective of how waste or resource depletion takes place will be different from someone who actually involves themselves in dealing with the waste. That is a rag picker. So once you understand what each persona, or I would say each person, goes through according to the problem statement you've chosen, you find one common, I would say, finding or an identification of what is actually affecting both the parties. And that is when you come to a conclusion that, okay, maybe if I transform the way of waste is being collected and how that waste is processed, it is more about how one man's trash could be another man's treasure. So you kind of have to connect the dots and see what is common in the insights that you would have found. That is how I came to one validated insight and continued the process of finding a solution for it.
All right, great. So, dear students, do you all understand what is the outcome of step 2 that we are looking at? What you should be able to create at the end of step 2? It has to be a one validated brilliant insight. Okay, because that brilliant insight is gonna define the problem and what solutions you will be coming up with. It all depends on the insight. So somebody has asked, sir, what about if you are working on the same problem? Okay, for example, there may be 20 people who have worked on the garbage problem, but the solution depends on the insight, right? Every student or every team will be having a different insight, and depending on the insight, they'll be ideating the problem. Okay, so you don't have to really worry that the problem that you're trying to solve is different, because your insights will be different and the solution will be very different than the others. For example, in case of Sanjana, she wanted to basically enhance the agriculture in India. However, her insight is that a farmer is walking about 14,000 steps a day. For example, if her insight was they're not having mobile phones or they don't have access to technology, right? Her solution would have been way different than what she has come up with. You all agree? Right? Okay. Yes. So Kyra is saying a common finding that defines the problem is the insight. Yeah, that insight is very crucial for you to come up with a fantastic outcome, a solution. Okay, great. Now let us go to step 3. So step 3 is when you are coming up with a lot of ideas to solve that insight, to address that insight that you have got in the step 2. And you may have number of ideas. Okay, but then what you have to be doing is you have to be shortlisting those ideas based on certain criteria that will be giving you the criteria. In the toolkit, you will find the criteria. And then you will be developing, you shortlist one idea and you will develop that idea forward. Okay, so probably Sanjana can help us understand what were the different ideas that she had got and how did she basically land up with this particular idea that she has drawn here. Sanjana?
Yes. So, like Sir mentioned, my main insight here was that farmers walk 14,000 steps, and I wanted to know how I could uh, use that to help them in their agricultural fields. But designing booths was not my first idea. I was thinking of what else it could be, maybe like a walking stick, or it could be something that they carry around with them when they're walking, or boots also was another idea. So then I had to kind of think about what are the pros and cons and what is the easiest solution that would be the most effective. And once I started putting those ideas down on paper, I think I felt that designing booths would be the most interesting outcome. So again, the first idea that came into my mind was not what I kind of went along with. I had to put down some ideas and sketch it out. And always sketching kind of helps bring your thoughts into place and organize it better. So I would suggest you also kind of sketch out your ideas in your design hackathon. And yeah, so once I designed and sketched out a couple of times, this was one of the booth sketches that you can see. Those were some of the ideas I had, and that is what I decided to take forward.
Right. Okay. So Shreya, could you like to explain on your ideas? What all ideas you had, and how did you narrow down to this kind of a IoT-based bins?
Sure, sir. So again, as Sanjana mentioned, I think this is a common step that we all go through. The first idea that we usually have is something that we're always very much experimenting and exploring with. So the first idea that I had come up with when it comes to the first thing that came into my mind was probably the garbage truck or even the sweepers that are there near my house, right? You first start your first idea with what you already have experienced and what you're used to. So, with the idea of, okay, there are garbage trucks, there are people who can collect the waste for you, but with the topic as Viksit Bharat, we are looking into the future. We are looking at something that has a much more advanced level of solution that goes 2 steps or at least a solid number of steps beyond the existing scenario. So when it came to understanding the garbage trucks, then I came to realize that, okay, why not incorporate technology, which is growing rapidly in India, and find a way how you could connect technology with a vehicle that could immediately step in front of your house and be able to collect the waste that you have to dispose. And also the aspect of the insight that I found before, which was one man's trash becoming another man's treasure. So there should also probably be a way how it's not just collecting waste, but it could also sort it out for you. And with the help of technology, all the three dots could get connected. So that is how the idea of waste segregation, then sorting, that is waste segregation, and also after sorting, how you could involve technology in sorting it, and the way it can be collected from door to door, which is something all Indian households are used to. So you have to connect the dots. And from that, actually generated some sketches. So first I drew them out on paper. And then with the help of the AI tools that was introduced in the toolkit during the hackathon, I got those concepts to a much more enhanced level where I could visualize them better. And then I ideated the concept behind how that very sketch could favor my ideas and make it into an actual render or a 3D, I would say, image to identify how the solution can take place. So, yeah.
Awesome. So as you were explaining these sketches, I mean, in fact, there were a lot of questions regarding, okay, how did you sketch it? How did you draw? How did you come up with such fantastic work? So today we'll be exploring that as well. So we have a Viscom training. So we'll be showcasing how you can do that. Okay. Now let us go to the step 4. Step 4 is all about documentation and presentation. All right. So in step 3, you have some concepts, and that is just simple sketches and etc. But then you want to show them in a most effective manner. Okay. So Sanjana has shown here nice boots with some spikes that are coming near the foot, the sole, right? And Shreya has also shown some fantastic renderings of the bus carrying these IoT bins and etc. etc. So this is where we'll be using the technology, the tools. Even if your sketching skills are not that great, absolutely no problem. We will help you to create fantastic renderings. And now you also would have noticed that the entire page has been neatly compiled and presented. And you also see there is a banner on the top, which is cleanly visible. And if you notice, there is a number which is very unique here. So for example, for Sanjana's, it is T31018, and for Shreya's, it is T31020. So these are the team numbers. So we will be giving you the team numbers and you will be following a template. So we'll be sharing the template with you as well. And you will be creating these kind of a nice slides. We'll be having about 5 to 6 slides maximum. And we'll also tell you what has to go into each of the slides in detail. Probably we'll expose that to you tomorrow, right? But this is the documentation and presentation that you're gonna work on.
Hello everyone. By 2040,
and then the video generation. So all these slides that you would have created in Canva, you would also create a script which is of 1 minute of length, explaining the process that you have gone through. You can either voice record them or use an AI and give the text. So we'll also help you to generate a text using certain prompts, which is relevant to the problem that you have solved and the steps that you have followed. And you can input that into AI and get a voiceover, or you can use your own voiceover. But whichever way the voiceover is, you have to bring the voice and the slides together. You got to match them and create this 1 minute video. Okay, so that is the step 5. And then the last step will be, you will be uploading them on a particular website that will be sharing you. And then you will be sharing your work with your family, your friends, and etc. and garner some likes. Okay, so these are the 6 steps. Anybody has any questions regarding the steps that we have explained you regarding the process? If you have any questions, you can. So everything is clear? All right, so all set to create the 1 minute video with fantastic renderings. And yes, Alia is saying, so in the videos, we have to explain the slides. Of course, you will explain the slides, your process, your solution, and those things, all right? Okay, so you will be uploading it on a particular website that we'll be giving you. All right, you have to upload there. Okay, so Rohit is asking, can you please show the first slide showing all the points? Absolutely, I'll share that with you. All right, so the first slide with all the points is this. Yeah, you can, if you want, you can take a snapshot of the slide. All right, so Pranjal, the first step is to identify a problem that is worth solving. Okay. All right. Okay. For example, the 2 examples that we have shown you. So Sanjana has taken agriculture as the area for Viksit Bharat 2047, and she identified that she needs to be working on enhancing Indian agriculture. So that is a problem statement, right? And for Shreya, she has considered managing resource depletion and waste generation as her problem statement. Okay. Anyway, so tomorrow we'll be going in depth of each of the steps, so things will become clearer. Okay. So the last step is about uploading the video, the 1 minute video. You will be uploading it on a particular website. And once you upload there, it will be generated as a link. That link, you can share it with your family and friends through WhatsApp or through email, if you would like to. We encourage you to do, because that is one of the ways you can showcase your innovation to the world. For innovation to be successful, people should know what you're working on. If they do not know, who is going to come and ask for it, and who is going to fund your innovation? Okay, fine. So Moha is asking, what is the difference between step 1 and step 2? So in step 1, you are identifying a problem that is worth solving. And in step 2, you are identifying an insight related to the problem that you would like to take forward or develop forward your solution, which is based on. Okay. So in this case, for Sanjana, the step 1, she has identified that, okay, there is a need for enhancing Indian agriculture. That was his problem identification. And then the insight was that each farmer is walking about 14,000 steps, taking 14,000 steps in a day. There's a lot of steps if you consider millions of farmers walking around each day. So how can that be used for enhancing agriculture? That was her insight that she has worked on. Okay. All right. So, all right. So as I said, we will be discussing these steps more detailedly tomorrow. So let us move forward, right, to the next part of using Viscom. Now, what is Viscom? Viscom is a tool where you create a rough sketch, you feed it into an AI and add some text to it, some prompts, and it creates very interesting, lifelike images. All right. So now I would like to invite Sanjana and Shreya, probably Sanjana, to showcase how she has created that beautiful looking render of the shoe, the boots that she has done. Okay, and we'll also learn how to do that. So if you are already using it, perfect, awesome. I would want you to create some of them and share your renders in the chat. In the chat, there is an option of uploading an image or a screenshot. So you can add a screenshot of your work and share it. Okay, so that we all can also understand how you are doing. Okay, all right. So Sanjana, over to you. So
Yes.
yeah, you can
I
share
can
your screen.
probably share my screen.
Yeah, so let me see if you have I'll make you a co-host such
Yeah.
that you can. Yeah. Yes, you are a co-host and now you'll be able to share your screen.
Yes. Yes. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So the website that you need to go to is called viscom.ai. So you just need to type it in, and that's the first one that will come up. That's viscom.ai. So when you go there, this is how it's gonna look like. So just click on get started, and it will prompt you to sign up. You can just continue with Google and choose an email ID. Yeah, so this is how your screen will be looking like. So the first thing you can do is probably go here which says new file in blue and start a new workspace. Here you have two options, start in studio or start in workbench. So you can start in studio. You can also name your file something. So let's just say BH and start in studio. You can choose a portrait orientation here since the video is also going to be a portrait. So your render will also kind of fit in better. And you have two options here. You can either upload an image that you have already sketched out, or you can create something. So we'll try out both. First, I'll show you how to upload an image. Yeah. So I'll just select some image that I've drawn here for now. Okay. So this is a sketch of the boots that I had done. You can sketch it out on paper and take a photograph and then just upload it. Or if you're comfortable with drawing on a tab, that's also cool. You can just upload an image. So you can see that here it comes on your layers tab. And so if there's an eye icon here, so if you click on that, it hides that layer. And if you click on it again, you can see it. So now you can see that you have these areas here where you need to fill it up. So the first area, you just need to click on render here and not refine. And you'll be given space to write something about what you want the boot to look like. So let me just write something for the prompt. Let me just say I want boots in earthy tones.
Sanjana, do you have headphones that you can use?
I don't think it's working right now. Am I not audible?
The voice is cracking.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just typing in a prompt. I'm just saying earthy tones, maybe a futuristic style. And I want some metallic accents to it. And maybe metallic blades. So this depends on what your idea is and what you want it to look like. Then going towards the palette icon, you have many options here, which basically say what type of render you want it to look like. You can obviously experiment with these styles, but I'll just go with Viscom General, which is the first option. Yeah. So then there's the drawing influence. So this kind of decides how much influence your drawing actually has. So it's preferred to keep it around 70% so that AI can also kind of generate images better. Yeah, and then you just click on generate. It takes a couple of seconds. So this is the image that it has generated right now. If you don't like how it's looking, then you could probably change the prompt here and say something else. Like maybe you want it in brown or red, and then render it again. So you'll get other options. So now I'll just click on add so that it comes in the layer here. And you can also click on this download button to download the image if you're happy with it. And then I click on the X. So this is my shoe layer. And suppose you want a 3D version of this, that is also possible. So you just need to click on this cube icon that you can see, which says generate 3D. And then click on generate 3D standard. This also takes a couple of seconds. So while that's getting done, you can always save your images anytime you want through these options that are available. So you click on this icon here and just go to file and export image. So you can export it and it will be saved in your downloads. So the 3D model is getting loaded. Okay, so while that is getting done, I'll just show you how you can sketch on this software as well. So, oops. Okay, I think it's stuck. Let me just open it again. Okay. So it will be saved here in your tab. Right. So this is the 3D model that was generated. Let me just hide this. Yeah. So you can kind of see that even though it's not perfect, it's kind of like a starting point of how you might want it to look. Uh, this is just an idea of how 3D model could be generated. And suppose you want to create a new layer, then just click on the plus icon here.
All right. So, Sanjana, what I suggest is from this point, let us let all the participants also follow the same steps that you're doing. Let us do step
Okay.
after step. All right.
Okay.
So, dear students, what we'll be doing now is that let us all create a lampshade, a very simple lampshade. Okay. So, Sanjana is gonna teach you step by step how to create a lampshade. Now, this time, instead of uploading an image, Sanjana will be drawing the lampshade on the screen. All right. Okay. So, Sanjana, I suggest, can we start afresh?
Sure. Okay, just go back to the workspace and then I'll click here that says new file.
All right. So, I recommend everybody to open viscomdate.ai. Okay. And let us know if you are all have opened and clicked on the new file. And you should be seeing this start in studio or start in workbench. And I can see Kritika has shared an image. Yes, Kritika, that's a very interesting image. That's good. That's good. You should sign in. Yes, you all should sign in, and you'll be signing in through your Gmail account. Okay, so once you have signed in and you clicked on the new file, you should be seeing this start in studio or start in workbench. Once you have reached this position, please share a yes or a thumbs up in the chat. Yes, reach this position. So all of you have reached this position. So now we'll just wait for a couple of other students also to share their thumbs ups. Okay, very nice. Okay, so from here, please go ahead, Sanjana, the next step.
So you can click on Start in Studio, which is the first option. And the
Okay,
portrait.
let us wait here. Let us wait here. So when you say click on Start in Studio, you will be shown this particular screen, which has 3 modes. Okay, and we'll be selecting the portrait mode. So at this point, you have 2 options, upload an image or create. Upload an image is a sketch that you would have drawn and uploaded, or create is what we are going to explore now. The reason why we are not using landscape or square is because the final video that we are going to create will be in a portrait mode, right? So that is the reason we'll be going with a portrait, not square or landscape. All right. So can we proceed forward? So Sanjana, you can click on
Right.
create. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the space that I come into. Now, if I want to sketch something, then you can see that the brush icon here is highlighted. If you just click on that, you can see that there's so many settings here, which we'll be exploring. So this is the size, which basically says how big your brush is going to be. So if you increase it, then your line is going to be thicker. And if you decrease it, yeah, this is how your line is going to look like. And again, if you press Ctrl Z, it's undo. Or you can always erase it with the eraser tool here. So now in the brush tool, there is something called a stabilizer. So since we are drawing on a computer screen with our mouse, it's very difficult to get very clean lines. So if you actually increase the stabilizer a little bit, then you can see that your lines will be much smoother and it's much easier to draw with as well. So you can try out different options to see what you're comfortable with. I hope you're getting the steps.
All right. So we would want all of you to draw a lamp, a creative lamp, a simple lamp, right? It could be simple as maybe a kind of a triangle sitting on a sphere, right? A very simple stuff. We'll come to the prompt. So please draw a lamp, a drawing of a lamp, like what Sanjana is drawing. So you can draw any kind of a lamp, but keep it as simple as possible because we are going to render it.
So I'm just drawing a small mushroom shaped lamp. You don't have to really detail it out. Just try to keep the lines clean.
A lampshade, yeah. So Aman is asking, should we create a new workspace or join any workspace? Just create a new workspace. Aman, create a new workspace. Yeah. All right. So how many of you have managed to draw a lampshade using these tools on the canvas that is given to you. Arya has done very good. Okay, you can also take a screen grab and share it in the chat, meeting group chat. Let everybody see. All right. So we will also see and we'll also get an idea of how you have done that. If you can share your screenshots of the drawing that you have made, that will be really nice. Okay, we are waiting for others. Sir, it's saying to invite people. So maybe you have gone to a different tangent. All right, so you have already created a lamp and also rendered it. Okay, that's good, Sriram. That's good. So very nice, Sheikh Zan. That's awesome. Yes, Param, awesome. Very nice study lamp. Okay, so instead of drawing a line, you can probably give some thickness. So you can draw a parallel line next to that so that it looks like a pipe. Right? Yeah. So Joel, we will discuss about this individual laptops later on. All right. Yeah, Srinidhi, awesome. Okay, I hope you're all able to kind of draw it. Okay. So Aman is still saying, okay, invite members. So I'm not sure why you're getting this problem. Aman, we will address your query personally after the meeting is done.
I can answer it. I got the same prompt.
Oh, okay, go on. Go on.
Yeah, so Aman, just give any friend's email ID there and just click on the invite. You just need to share one email ID for you to proceed further. Just do that.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Thanks, Gagan. That is helpful. Yeah. Oh, you could also skip for now. Okay. So yeah, you could also skip that option. Okay. All right. Right. Aman is saying it is not, he's tried working on it, it's not working. Okay.
Sir, I think I might know.
Yeah, go on, tell me.
Sir, I think he selected the option present next to it.
Okay.
So if you
Sir,
create a new
sir.
if you create a new file,
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, go on. Who is that?
sir, it's me, Laksh Khandelwal.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, I was trying to invite my friend, like my teammate, to join this, and it was showing for him to like get the premium version. So will that be provided by you, or
No,
like
we are
do we
not
just not
using,
need it?
it's not needed. Premium version is not needed. That inviting other friend is only a formality. Okay. There is an option of skipping as well. So you can
Yeah,
skip.
no, that I
Yeah.
skip, but like I
Alright.
want my friend to do the work thing with me. So
So no. So you have to work individually. There's no group work because I think for group work, premium version is required, and we're not going for the premium version. All right.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
sir, I think I know why it was happening previously. I think he pressed start in Workbench instead of start in Studio, so it's asking how do
Okay,
people
okay.
to do with him.
Right. Good. So you should have clicked on the work in studio, not the workbench. So that's cool. Awesome. All right. So did we all come to this stage of drawing the lampshade, a line drawing? Okay. Perfect. All right. So Viber was already created. No problem. That's good. Yes. All right. Now let's move forward. Okay. So Sanjana, can you explain further
Yes. So
on
I
the prompt?
think someone has a doubt.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay. I'll just continue.
Yeah.
So the first option here, that is render, that is what you're going to be clicking on. And then you'll be asked to write in a prompt. So this can be anything. You can create any type of lamp that you want. So for example, I'll just say a red, maybe mushroom shape lampshade. maybe I want rainbow colored lights coming out of it. So this prompt, you can kind of go crazy and write whatever you feel like. So that's just something that I wrote.
All right. So at this moment, let us pause. So is everybody able to write the prompt as you wanted? You can also experiment with some crazy words thrown into it and experiment. So see how it kind of works and looks, right? Kritika, that's amazing. I really like that. It's amazing one. Can you show me the drawing that you have made, Kritika, before getting this prompt done? Sanjana, have you seen that in the chat? What she has done? It's pretty, very cool. It's an amazing one. It's a beautiful lamp. You know, these kind of lamps can be little modified and make production ready and can be sold on Instagram and etc. So this is so very cool. Yes, Kritika, amazing work. So I think we need to applaud her work. It's pretty cool, very interesting, very nice, awesome. Okay, great job. Okay, all right, we'll come to the saving. Now you have to write the prompt, okay, and then proceed, Sanjana.
So here it's asking for the palette. It's given as Viscom generic. You can probably continue with that for now and experiment with the different styles later on. That will give you the most realistic looking render. Then it's asking you for the drawing influence. It's always better to keep it around 65 to 75 so that AI can also kind of make it better or change a few things. If you keep it as 100, then it will be exactly like how your drawing is. So you can probably try out different percentages. On the free version, you can get one image at a time. So then after you put all these settings, just click on generate.
Yeah, I think the free version of one image is absolutely perfect. I mean, if you're a professional, you're working at a very fast pace and etc., you can upgrade, but that is not required for now. All right, okay, so it has done as a hanging lamp. All right, so probably you can increase the influence to 80% or 85%. Okay, and also mention lampshade on a table. Lampshade on a table.
Also, one more suggestion, guys. Just make sure whatever you generate, because it's generating only one image, don't forget to either add it to your layers or download it, because then you don't have an option to go back and check. So just make sure you add it regardless of whether you use it or not. And also download it so that you have a proof of
copy of
the
it.
concept.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
don't forget that step. Yeah.
This is the download button, and you can add it here. So you can see that a new layer has been created, and then you can continue changing the prompts.
So you can actually explore various kinds of options renders that is available. See, now it is getting closer to what we are kind of thinking, right? So it is a floor mounted or probably surface mounted kind of a lampshade, okay? And there is also another button. You see, next to that eye icon, there is a regenerate button. So you can add this to the thing and then click on the regenerate to see what other option would it generate. Right. So this is a different take, and this is more realistic, and it can actually see the table. The previous version was actually on the floor. This is on the table, right? So you can also try one more.
Probably.
Yeah, you can add it. Okay, it's already added. All right. So there are few other options of palettes. So can you explore a different palette? So there's a palette option, and there are so many different ways you can render, and you can experiment with those renders as well. Let us see. Okay, Technicolor. Yeah.
Technicolor.
So the style of render can also be changed. Yeah. See, the style of render is different. It's very interesting. Can you try another version? Maybe the pastel render. So this tool will be using for whatever ideas that you have come up with to show them in a realistic manner. So we use this tool for that purpose. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Okay, so guys, can you try all of these different versions? Okay, and very nice works I can see in the chat window. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Very nice. So you can try with different shapes. So prompts can be crazier. Okay. Very nice work. Very cool work I can see here. Very exciting to see all of this. So Lavanya is saying, even after giving some email address, the page is not giving the option to move forward. Not sure what I'm missing. No problem. We will address this after the session. Okay. We will we'll look into your screen and we'll see what is the problem. Okay. Is there a limit to the number of images you can generate with free plan? There is no limit. But it's just that you'll be getting one image at a time. That is the only thing. Otherwise, there is no limit. Okay. All right. Yes, I think, there's a Srinithi V has got a very interesting lamp there. Very colorful, rainbow colors and etc. It's nice. Vihan Kaimal has a very flowy stand for the lamp shade. Very interesting. Very cool. So this is a great tool that you can use to convert your sketches into fantastic renderings. Do you all like this? Are you all enjoying?
Yes, sir, a lot, sir.
A lot? Awesome. Okay. Now you have
It's
done
really
the
cool to
landscape.
do this.
Yes, yes. So now you have, there is one by Aditya Krishnan. It shows the old kind of a lamp, the lantern kind of a lamp. It's amazing. Very cool. Even Sean has created a fantastic one. Oh my God, I really love this. Jonah has sent it to me only. Why, Jonah? You should be sending it to everybody. This is an amazing, amazing one. Let me share my screen. This is so cool. Wait, let me share my screen. Okay. You see that? How do I go back to that page? I don't know. Wait a minute. What am I sharing? This one. Okay. What are you guys seeing? Are you guys seeing my screen? What are you seeing on my screen? Can you
We are
please let
seeing
me
the
know?
screen.
Oh yeah, you see the ghost lamp?
Yes,
So we
sir.
say
So cool, isn't it?
Halloween based.
Yeah, it's
Halloween
Halloween based.
If it was in the market, would you buy it?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Why not?
So it has potential.
It has a lot of potential. You see,
It's not
this
good.
is what is that? It's not good.
It's not good at
Uh, okay, I'm not able to hear that completely, but
Sir, how is it floating?
you see it down here. There is a support mechanism
It
also.
will fall over.
You
No,
can
if you,
design it
sir,
forward.
if
You
you put
can
enough
Bro,
weight
that
in the
part will
back,
be exactly
Yes,
that part should be made out of some solid so that it can
solid.
float. Like
if there's a lot of weight in the back, then
And
anything in the front will balance.
absolutely. That is the innovative mindset that you
But I
should
don't think
display.
there's not so much light gonna come. That's
Oh,
because
come
it's
on.
covered with
Sir,
it.
Okay, see,
sir,
huh.
sir,
Guys,
but
I
a
think
ghost
let's
doesn't have a tail, sir, and
You
Not a
can always
tail.
improvise.
That's
See,
not a tail.
this is the beginning, right? You can always improvise it. But this is a great idea. Do you
yeah,
agree it's a great idea? There are certain practicalities you can always work on. You can modify them, right? Okay. But this is an awesome idea. Okay. All right. So let us move forward. So I hope you're all enjoying. And today I would want you to explore different things. Draw some cars, draw some furniture, draw some gadgets, and try to render and experiment. Okay. Will you all do that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay. So anything else that we would like to discuss here, Sanjana, for the Viscom?
yes.
Just one last thing. I think some of them had a problem in saving their images.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
So there's this download button here, which you can click on, and the image gets saved. Another way is you just click on the X mark here, and you can see that there are all these layers present. So these are all the renders that I had done. So you can always click on one of those and go over here to the drop down and go to File and Export Image. That's another way where you can save your images.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so shall we move forward to the next tool? All right. So the next tool that we are going to learn is the Bing Create. Sanjana, would you like to take over?
Yeah, I think Shreya is doing that.
Shreya is doing that. Yes, yes, yes. So before that, let me show some screens of how Shreya has used it. Or Shreya, you can also go ahead and share the screen and you can show that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sure, sir. Okay, so I hope everyone's having a good time so far. Is everyone having a good time? Just show a thumbs up. Is everyone having a good time so far?
You're all having good time? Can we have a raise of thumb?
Okay, that's awesome.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's very nice. Okay. So I will share my screen. Oh, sir, you have disabled
Oh,
parts.
sorry. No, I think
Yeah.
I need to make you the
Yeah, co-host.
co-host, right? Okay.
Okay, still the time sir
Yeah.
has done it.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, loved seeing all of your renders. They were very, very crazy, very creative. Okay. And whether or not it makes sense or not, let's just generate as many ideas as possible because that tool is very, very useful. It's very fun. You can learn a lot. Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the first thing when you open your browser, you just type in Binge AI or Binge AI Creator, image creator. Okay, let's just try that. So for me, it's already coming as a prompt, but for you guys, you can just search Binge Image Creator. And when you enter, you get this link. Is everyone with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, please don't call me mom. It's totally fine. I'm not that old also.
Oh,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yes, yeah. Don't
What
worry,
should we
don't
call
worry.
you?
You can call us by our names.
Yeah, call us
Oh,
by name. That's
oh,
totally fine.
okay, Shreya.
Okay, amazing. So when you search in Google, you get the first link, which is the Binge AI image generator, right? And you
So,
click on that.
Yeah. Who's that?
so I would like for the Viscom, when I make an image, what I drew is also coming as an outline.
Okay, so I can probably help with that. So what happens is, is my screen visible? Can you see a Viscom tab open?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Shreya.
Okay. So what happens is you in the layers you see the eye symbol that is visible.
Okay.
So what happens is if your drawing is also visible, it's probably because the eye is open. So if you see, for example, if I unlock the first one, the remaining two images are not visible. So if I off this, then this is visible. If I on this, this is visible. So you just have to close or hide that layer by clicking the eye icon and it'll go away. So the layer where your drawing is, if you can just press on that button, it will not show up.
Okay, thank you, Shreya.
Is it working? Okay, great. So we'll go back here. So you go to Google, you can just type in Binge Image Creator and click on the first link that you get. So when you click on the first link, this is how it ideally shows up. Is everyone getting this as their first opening page?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now there are two options. One is you can directly describe what you wanted to create, or there's this other option of joining and creating. Now, for me, when I created or when I wanted to create an image, I had to log in with an email ID, or basically, I had to create a Microsoft account. So even if I try to type it here, let's say an supercar with blue, my bad, wings, realistic, and funny. All right, let's say I've just given a random prompt and I still have to press on the button join and create. And when I press join and create, oh, it directly landed me here. There is this two options that come. So that is sign in with a personal account or sign in with a work or school account. So I would suggest you go ahead with a personal account since you're all in school and school account is for other personal reasons. We do not want you to engage that. You can use your personal account. So far, is everyone with me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. If there's any doubts, just put in the chat box also. We can clarify that later. So then when you click on sign in with your personal account, so I want to clarify, is anyone getting this page from Microsoft?
Yes.
Okay, so you
Yes.
can,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so you see those different options, right? There's email, phone, Skype. I think everyone knows nobody uses Skype nowadays. So you can type in an email or your phone number and you will be sent a code through which you can make it. In case you do not have an account, you can create one immediately. So if you click on create, it's not going to take too many steps. So you can just create one and go ahead. So I will just sign in with mine for now. I'll go next. So for those who already have one, you can log into your email and you will get a code which you will have to just copy paste and you will get access to it. So just give me a thumbs up if after everyone finishes this step. And also if there's any doubts, just put it in the chat box. Oh, wow, okay. Someone has already generated an image. That's nice. Yes, Geetika, you had a question. And can you type it in the chat box?
Sriram, that's a fantastic image.
Okay, wow, everyone's coming up with really nice images.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, yeah.
Okay. So I'll assume that most of you have figured out and you've created an account. So when you go next, this is how the page is going to look like. All right. Now here in this space or the search bar, you can put in whatever prompt you want. So let's say in your step, now I'll try to relate it with the way your hackathon would go about. So after you decide your problem statement, so let's say we wanted to do with waste segregation and resource depletion, right? So I will, for a nice image to stand out that will serve and show what your problem statement really looks like. So then you can put a prompt that will be similar to what your problem statement is. So let's say an Indian man or an Indian man walking past up of waste. Okay, this is how I would want, this is the general statement that I would want to show regarding the waste that is being generated. And you can also describe the kind of image that you want to generate. Let's say I want it to be more realistic. So I will say realistic. And I would want to keep it realistic, but maybe I also do not want the image to look very overpowering or too many things happening. So I can also say either simple or minimalistic. Oh, my pen is wrong. Okay. So this is the kind of prompt you can give, and then you can immediately click on create. So when you say create, you see there are also like these little tips that they're saying maybe you can try something here. They have told a cat wearing a disco outfit standing and it's showing digital art. So you first describe what your image is and then describe how it is. Wow, this is a very misleading example. We said to walk past the pile of waste and it is generating a very Indian image. Okay, so see, this is AI, so chances of it going wrong will be there, but it's also in the way you put your prompt out. All right, so let's try a different kind of prompt then.
Ma'am, I
What-
guess you should type garbage.
All right, we'll try that. Garbage. Oh, anything else? Okay, why don't one of you just give a random suggestion of how else we can make this prompt better? Is there any way we can make it better?
Ma'am, traffic.
Okay, just
Mumbai images.
Traffic, ma'am.
all right. I'll take, okay, maybe Mumbai might be a little difficult for AI to understand. So we'll take the traffic part. Maybe we can say an Indian man walking past a pile of garbage in a busy, I would say in a traffic area. Okay, let's try that. In a traffic area, let's maybe remove this and we'll just say realistic. Okay. Now also I want you guys to check if do you see this symbol over here with that little gold coin and a number which is saying the boosts?
Yes.
Yeah, so each of you will get 15 of those, all right? And every time you create or give a prompt, it will create 4 images for you, and you can download all the 4 images. Now, just keep in mind, if you run out of those 15 coins, the coin is for generating the images quickly, all right? And once those coins get over, the rate at which or the time that the AI generator takes to generate those images will just take longer time. It'll become slower. So just be careful that whatever prompt you put, make sure it's clear enough so that you get the image that you want. Okay, so why don't we just try this and see what comes. Okay, I see 2 hand raises. Just give me a minute. We'll see what is generated and you can ask your doubt. Okay, now this is an example of AI not cooperating again. It is showing a very green area. Okay.
So, Shreya, could you show what prompt you had used and what
Yeah.
you had got for the
Sure, I'll do that,
yeah.
sir. Okay, so if people can see my screen, so this is how I had searched for the image that I wanted to generate after I create the ideation. So it's a pretty detailed prompt. Maybe from whatever we just saw right now, you kind of get an idea of how your prompt is very important when you have to generate a specific image. You have to be very particular because AI will generate only to a certain extent, right? So here I have mentioned a compact EV vehicle that works as a resource recovery center containing distant IoT-enabled bins for clothes and food, which is why it's showing clothes also and it's showing food also well, and along with automated sorting. So you can see how it's used a lot of the tech stuff. It's highlighting it, making it look a little tech savvy. Even the car itself is looking very futuristic. And then interiors of the vehicles so along with automated sorting in the interiors of the vehicle, which is why it's inside like this. And the vehicle is situated in an Indian public space. It's probably not picked up that prompt, but again, with a more realistic and futuristic image. So why don't we try this exact same thing here and see what it gives. I hope everyone is able to figure out and generate images.
A lot of students are generating the images and they're sharing.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. But the challenge with using this AI is you need to understand or you need to communicate in a language that AI can understand and generate what is required. Okay, like for example, now AI has generated this, and there's a lot of difference between these 4 images and the image what was created before, right? Okay.
Yeah. So as Sir mentioned, you have to be very specific. Oh, I'm sorry, Sir, were you saying something?
Right. So, I mean, you got to use multiple tools, multiple prompts to get what you want. Okay. If you have something very specific in your mind and you want to create that, it's better to sketch it out and use Viscom to refine it and get the required image. All right. So you need to use multiple tools to kind of extract what is required. Okay. So somebody has created a DQ Labs hackathon image. That's pretty cool. Pranil.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing the chats. It's really nice what everyone's been creating.
Wow, Pranil. Yeah, that's very cool, Pranil.
Yeah.
So there is a question so Aryan is asking, can we use these references and put in Viscom? Absolutely, Aryan. You can in fact modify. You can take this as a reference, redraw on them, okay, and then use that sketch and feed it into Viscom, right? And then you get something very more interesting. You can do that, right? Okay.
Yeah, actually, with that, you can also mention when you're generating your AI image, you could always ask it to give it in the form of a sketch. So let's say the same prompt, but I've said in pencil sketching. All right. I hope AI doesn't betray me in this one, please.
All right. So Aditi is asking, she has left the meeting by mistake. She's asking to explain again. Aditi, we'll be sharing this recording so you can probably look into it because we have another 2 or 3 topics to be covered before in another 15 minutes. Okay?
Okay. So
Excuse me,
also,
I have a doubt. May I ask?
Yeah, go on.
Sir, actually, it's not allowing me to do it with the join because it's telling that my account has been logged. But is there any way I can do this like without logging in?
unfortunately, it might be difficult to do it without logging in because the advantage is in the coins, and if you have an account, it's an incentive. It just helps you create better images. Is there a way you can try with another Gmail ID
Yeah,
for
I
now?
should probably try that.
Okay, great. So after you get these first 4 images, like now the same thing. Here I had previously put it in, I had given a real and futuristic image. And when I asked it for a pencil sketch of it gave me this version. So when you click on any one of the images, it'll come like this, where you can see the image a little more bigger and clearer, and also it'll show what is the prompt that you gave, and you get these options over here. So now for downloading each of these images, you can click on the download option. It will download exactly what image you've created. Or also there's this option of save. Now what happens is now that you've created an account, it will save this image in your Microsoft Binge Creator account. So if you see here, it will create like a collection and it will save the image there. Now this doesn't mean that your image has been saved in your device or your laptop. Apart from this, if you want to go a step further, if you realize this is like a square image, this is not an image that would be suitable for the phone. So you could always go to the resize option, but it always shows a square or a landscape. So make sure whatever image you're creating, it is phone friendly in size. And even if it's a square, you can put it with a nice background behind it. So that is one point. Lastly, there's also this customize option, which you can explore if you're interested. It opens you to the next tab, and you can edit your images slightly further. Okay, it's loading. All right. So if you see here, if you click on customize, there is this option called remove background. Okay. So if you click on remove background, it will remove whatever possible things that you do not want. And if you just want the image or a part of the image that you generated, it will take that. Okay. And you have other options. You have the filters, you can adjust the brightness or the sharpness of the image also. So you can explore and see how exactly you want your image to also be seen. And then there's again an option of download. You can download it. So if I want to download this, you can select what kind of image you want. Ideally, PNG is the most recommended one, as it's said here. You can download it or you can copy it as an image and paste it wherever you are doing it. But I suggest you download it. Right? So far, is everyone following the process? Is everyone figured it out?
Excuse me, Shreya, I have a
Excuse me.
question.
Okay. I think Geetika, you can go ahead since you had raised your hand.
Yeah, so you told that we'll get like the amount, like 15 coins per to generate the images fast. So is it like
Yes.
per day or like how is it?
So ideally, when you start using the image creator, from there to 24 hours next, all right, that is when you can use it, which is why the Binge creator if you really want the images to generate very quickly, like it just took a few seconds, right? So just you'll have to be mindful of it because it'll take 24 hours to restore the whole thing. So if you, let's say, create images at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then 24 hours from then, next day you will be able to access those coins in specific. Not that you cannot access the image creator at all. It will just take a little more time than usual to generate it.
Thank
Okay?
you. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Shreya,
Go on, go on.
Yes. Umesh sir,
like,
can I take the questions
Yeah,
or
yeah,
do
please
I
go on.
have to?
Last question, then we'll move on to the next two.
Okay. Okay.
Shreya, like when I asked for a pencil sketch of the same thing, it's coming different.
Okay. Have you specified when you say pencil sketching, is it what kind of image is it sort of showing?
1 second.
You can just describe it because I don't think you can share the
I
screen.
sent it in the chat, the
Okay.
actual one which I wanted, and the pencil sketch, it came like this. Listen it again.
Is it the car one that you were sharing?
Yes, the latest one, the two ones.
Okay, yeah. So then you can see the same thing has happened for me also. I've asked for pencil sketch, but it is giving me a very colorful rendered one. So maybe in your prompt, you can be a little more specific, saying pencil sketching, which is simple and without many colors, something like that. So you again, this is very experimental. And only one last example I'll show
Maybe
you
something
guys.
like pencil sketch, no shading.
Yeah, maybe something like that. You can use it. So you have to explore and see how your prompt can work. All right. And also, I think on the day of the hackathon in the toolkit, they will brief you on the kind of prompts you can use. All right. So you kind of get an idea of what kind of prompts you can use and how you can get your images much enhanced and much better. So lastly, I'll just show one last image, which is this one. Okay. I think it's the same one. Okay. So let's say there is, so I had chosen a topic with respect to safety of women in using sanitary pads. Is everyone aware of the concept of sanitary pads and all that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to generate an image for my problem statement to show how women do not feel safe to buy a sanitary pad in a busy place, like a bus depot or a railway station. So then when I gave this kind of a prompt, this was a plain prompt that I given, and it's created a very strong image where it's showing that she's kind of scared and she's holding a pad, but she looks very unsure. So it's saying it's kind of depicting how she's finding it unsafe and difficult to take a pad in a busy bus depot. So you can give such prompts and generate images that will help you create a good catchy image for your problem statement where people can immediately understand what you're trying to solve. That is one thing. And also, if you see the next one, which is here, when you are creating, if you saw the insight page that we had shown as an example, you would probably have to explain what kind of a person is facing this issue. So if you remember Sanjana's, it was with regards to agriculture. So you could try using an image creator like this to create an image of a farmer who is facing difficulty, who looks worried or is very tired of walking. So
And
you
then we can use that in our video.
Yeah, you can use it in your video, or you can also use it to explain your insight, saying this person, let's say a farmer, or here for the waste depletion and the waste management, I chose a rag picker because they're the ones who pick the waste, right? So I searched and I put it saying there's a young Indian rag picker who looks worried, it's minimalistic, and I specified pastel art because that was the style of my presentation. So then you get these prompts. And I use this, if you noticed, as what an image to say, okay, someone like this is facing this issue. So you can use this to explain the people you're adhering your problem statement to. Is everyone clear on that? Okay, cool.
All right. So Shreya, let's move on to the next two.
That's all.
The big
Okay.
JPG. So
Okay.
could you please share the context and how to overcome that problem.
Okay. So again, you can go just search big JPG. All right. So when you click on big JPG, you get the first link again. It has like this little cute anime icon. It's the first link. So you click on that. And this is the image. This is the page that you get. Is so far everyone there with me?
So let us give a little background.
Mhm.
See, certain times we may find a particular image that is more suitable for what we are trying to express. Let us say you want to show certain context and you're looking for certain context, and in Google Images you find certain image, right? But let us say that image is of poor resolution, in the sense the pixels are very poor, but you really like the content of the image that you would like to use. So the question is, how do you enhance the picture or the image, right? So can you, Shreya, can you share some example? Or should I share
Okay.
some example?
Okay. Maybe I can.
Okay, let me see.
I have to search for a very bad image. Okay, let me just search for a bad quality image. All right. And let's say, okay, we have so many coming up. Let's just take, okay, why don't we just take this funny looking alien. Yeah, thank you. Right, let's save it. And I go to the AI image enhancer and I select an image. So I select this and after, so it would have uploaded, just give it a few seconds, it would have uploaded, and then you click on start. So if you click on start, then you get these multiple settings. Now there is image type here also. You can select whether it's an artwork or do you want it as a photo. So let's say I want it as a photo. All right. Upscaling again, the quality of the image, you can scale it up by 2x or 4x, and based on that, it will enhance your image further. So I'll just keep it at 4x to keep it in a medium point. And again, noise reduction. Noise is basically the amount of, so the whole option of blur is there, right? So that's how even noise reduction works usually in images. And right now, I would suggest you don't need to focus on noise reduction. You can just focus on the image type and the upscaling. The upscaling is important because that will determine the clarity of your image. So I'll click on OK. And it is uploading. It will take a few seconds, few minutes. Okay, it's created this. Now oh, okay. Okay, it's downloading. Let me. Okay. Interesting. So I'm not able to create the image though. It's actually coming
You're
really
showing
bad.
download, right?
It
What happened?
downloaded and it's coming like this actually.
I can't see the screen.
Only the opening screen is visible, right?
Yeah, we can see the select image.
Okay, I'll just try maybe another image and see.
So,
No, this will not be.
Okay.
That will not work. Yeah, what is that? Who is that?
so if we put an image and then if we compare with the previous one, it'll be larger and more resolution. Is that the feature of this app?
Yes. It basically removes all the pixelations and makes it more better, cleaner.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, I tried this big JPG.
Mhm.
It made the quality of the picture even worse, sir.
It depends on what kind of image that we are loading. Okay, it cannot be like a poor quality. Let me share my screen and show you, all right?
Okay, I'll stop
Um,
sharing mine.
Yeah, BG.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay, entire screen. I'm going to share my entire screen, so you will see a lot of images anyway. So I have downloaded a particular image. All right, so cobbler. Okay, you see this cobbler. Okay, now this is all right. I mean, you can make out of what it is, but then if you want to use it in your presentation, it may not be very cool. It not be very clear, right? Okay, so let us see how this image is enhanced. So what I'm going to do is go to big JPG, select this image, select cobbler, open, okay, and say start. So this is basically a photo, and I can go up maximum up to 4x. Okay, noise reduction is none. You can also experiment with, let's say, medium. Okay, and then let us check the difference of both the images. Oh, it's going to take a lot of time, 21 minutes. So. All right, okay. No problem. Let it download. Then we will check that. Okay. So we are getting closer to 8:30. It is exactly 8:30 now. We are, we have scheduled to teach you ChatGPT, but we are running out of time. So what we will do is let us now go into the troubleshooting mode. Oh, okay. So this image has been already created. So let me download it. Okay.
So you'll have to select leave site only.
Site.
It's downloaded.
So it will have downloaded. All right. So there is cobbler and cobbler one. Let us see the quality and see if there is a difference. All right. This is 30%. And the next image. Yeah, okay. So
yes, there's very little difference of.
okay, for
but
example,
it's improved.
30% of zooming in, I get this kind of a size of image. And if I go to the previous one, so here the 30%, wait, this is the same one. Okay, let me close both of them, all right. And let me open with photos. Okay, let me open the next one. Open with photos. Okay, can I toggle between these two? This is cobbler and this is cobbler one, right? So let us see the face, and there is a slight difference. You see here the color. Okay, it is like, if you notice, it is pixelated, right? Let us see here. It is more smoothened, right? Okay. So depending on the image that you are using, it kind of smoothens and it makes it better, right? So this tool you use wherever, like for example, a contextual image. Say, let us say the problem that you are trying to address is the needs of a cobbler, and you're not able to generate a cobbler, the exact image that you want through using Bing Create. then you go to Google, you find certain image, and then you try to enhance the quality of the image. All right, so that is the purpose of big JPG. All right, okay. Yeah, it tries to remove unwanted or random variations, and it basically enhances the quality of the image. Okay. All right, okay, cool. So what I would like to suggest is, I'm sure some of you must be having some questions to ask. Okay, I'm going to create 2 breakout rooms. Okay, so one Shreya can attend and other Sanjana can attend. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can join the breakout rooms and kindly clarify all your doubts. Does that sound all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me
Yes,
create assign like participants choose the rooms. So 2 breakout rooms.
Sir, who did the Viscom? Shreya or Sanjana?
Sanjana.
Sanjana. Sanjana. Yes.
Sir, if we don't have any doubts, then can we leave?
Yeah. If you don't have any doubts, then you can definitely leave. Okay. And we'll practice these. Okay. And we'll catch up tomorrow, 6:30 p.m.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Shreya did this one, right? Big GPG.
I mean, both can help you.
Yeah.
Both can help.
We both can help you with all Viscom and Binge Create.
Binge Create.
So you can choose any breakout room.
All right. Okay. So the breakout
Okay,
rooms have
thank
been opened. So you can, I have named them as Shreya and Sanjana. So Sanjana and Shreya, you can go to those respective rooms and I can address
Sir,
them.
where will you like send the recording of the meeting?
I'll share it with Ruchita ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. And she will share it further with you. All right. So thank you all so much. So I'm stopping the recording for now.
Sir, will there be
Thank you, sir.
any?
Bye. It
Bye,
was
sir.
very
Thanks, sir.
helpful.
Have a nice day,
Thank you.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Yeah.
Bye, sir.
Bye. 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 Bye.